Hey everybody! I'm going to do a mallet smash today, but I'm going to attempt to do it a little bit differently than I normally do. I am going to pour the white paint after I do my puddle pour. And we'll see. I actually think that it will make a big difference because when I do it over the white and I smash it, that white paint's coming up and going out into it. So for starters, there will be less paint in my smash because, you know, sometimes, like with that big 20 by 20 the other day, and there was so much paint on it, and when I was tilting, trying to tilt it off, I was tilting off the good parts. So if nothing else, there will be less paint. With these little canvases, it's not as big a deal, but when you get into a 20 by 20, it's more of a deal. But I also wanted to show you what my cousin gave me. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I'm pretty excited because they're really cool looking. They were redoing their bathroom and they were getting samples of tiles. Aren't those so pretty? Ultimately, they decided it was way too dark for a shower, but I have no idea yet what I'm going to do with them. But it was interesting. She gave it to me at Thanksgiving when we were in Minneapolis, and immediately my mind comes up with, I mean, there were 5 to 10 things immediately that I was like, oh, it could be this and this and this and this and this. And my mom looks at it and all she sees is this. And she saw no further than this. And I turned to my dad and I said, and I've talked before how similar he and I are, and I said, Dad, do you see this, or is your brain just firing with ideas? And his was firing as well. So it's just interesting, you know. And my mom is a very, she's a beautiful writer, and she's amazing. She is not artistic, you know, but both my parents are like the best things ever on earth created. But, but it was so interesting how all she saw was the glass tile and nothing further than that. And my dad and I, on the other hand, are coming up with tons of ideas. I know, I really do talk about my parents a lot, don't I? Probably more than any other family member. But I really like them. So I've got, except when my mom texts me over and over and over and wants to know she's a good Jewish mom. She wants to know every detail. If I go out, she wants to know who was there, what we talked about, what we ate, you know. And I'm like, and my, you know, when I asked my son how his day was, fine, boring. Do you do anything? No. And I find I give, at 40, almost 42, I give my mom the exact same things. How was, you know, that party? Fine. What'd you eat? Food. I guess you're always a kid to your parents. All right, so I'm using Liquitex Burnt Umber. I'm not a huge brown person, but I do like this combination. Artist Love Green Yellow, Grumbacher Dioxazine, well actually I don't know if it's Grumbacher, but it is Dioxazine Purple mixed with white because that purple is way too dark for my taste. And Artist Loft Aqua Green, and since there is not much left in this one, I'm going to use WD-40. I'm going to add silicone to just this one. And then stir that in real fast. Okay. And these are all mixed with water and Floetrol. Probably wouldn't hurt to stir them all up before I don't always stir right before. I'll shake them a little or something, but probably not a bad idea. And with these bamboo skewers, it's so easy to do because they've got a coating, so you can just wipe it off and use the same one for all the colors. Okay. You know, I kind of wish I had a smaller Lazy Susan. But when I looked around the basement, this was all I had. And it can't warp or anything because it's metal. But I may try and come up with something else. Maybe I'll have a couple different options for different size canvases. Alrighty, so trying to think what color I want to start with. I was going to start with the brown. I was just automatically going to go with that, but I think I'm going to do this. And I'm actually, I'm stuck. Oh, there's a thing in there. Come on, I see you. Ah, gross, that looks like poop. You can tell I work with high schoolers all day. And since I can, I'm going to even spread it out further. Now I am a little curious if all those colors are going to pop through. Let me do a drop of this. Because now I've thinned it out a lot. And I think I'm actually going to pour from a smaller container so I have more control. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. I will wait and see what happens. Start smacking from the outs. Well, okay. So, oops. What I initially was talking about with having less paint wasn't necessarily true because since I had not tilted this white off, it was quite thick. But now I shall tilt, and now we will see what the real difference is. It's going to make, oh, I know what I was going to do. Well, I'll collect it in this white. I am going to try and collect some of my tilted paints, and then I'm going to make a pour with all of those colors, even though they're all going to be pretty much the same neutral color. Ooh, I'm going to tilt a lot of this off because look at what is happening. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Looks like a fish. Okay. put too much paint on this side, and there. It's gone now. There were some pretty, I think I still have more tilting to do. Now I've got to decide. This is really heavy. Ah, yeah, that wasn't that So I'm just slowly tilting it the opposite direction. I want everything in the opposite end to go off the edge. Well, not everything, but I mean, I want it to, it's getting there. I don't want to touch it, but I may have to. There we go. I've said I hate those perfect little cells. They drive me bonkers. There's like a bunch of weird cells in here. This part's really interesting. And this. If anything, the color choice is a little iffy now. That wasn't really doing the trick. Just covering up some of the purple on this side on the corner. I'm not going to dump fresh white on it because I don't want it that pristine, because none of this is, you know, there's no pristine area on here. They all have, but I want it more solid, less streaky. Oh no, which side I was blowing on. But I don't want that purple there. It's unfortunate right here, some must have been just you know, a thread of white paint that went this way, but I can't fix that without screwing everything up. I hate this cell. Can't have round circles like that. I'm so particular. Maybe I can fix it. No. Let's torch, see what happens. I have decided, after staring at this for quite a while now, that now this part needs to go. And as I said, I'm kind of touching it so that it's not that pure white, because I don't want that. And then I just got, oh yeah, that's so much better. I prefer this to go off as well. I don't know if I can get it to though. I mean, now I've got, now I just kind of really changed the whole look of it. Yeah, you look at that Michaels commercial on acrylic pouring, and people are probably look at that and think it's going to be so easy, and it's really not. There's a whole lot of steps. Especially if you're me and you drive yourself nuts trying to get it exactly how you want it. if you can't get it how you want it, what's the point, really? I think I just found... Yeah, I don't have my microphone on, so that's why you can hear the dog. Hopefully it's not a stranger again. All right, very cool. I like this. I wish instead of the purple I had used a red, or, well, red might not have been good. But pretty happy with it. See if I can get you closer. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I will chat with you all later. Bye.